Hello, and welcome to What's Your Story? We have a very interesting guest for you today. Her name is Yulia Mukram. Did I say it right?
Yes, you did.
Yulia Mukram. Um, Yulia is our guest today. She is a photographer, a jewelry designer, an energy healer. I mean, there's so many interesting things about her. So, welcome. We're glad to have you here today.
It's always good to see you.
In fact, recently you did some publicity photos for me, and you've done photos for me before, and they've always been good, but these were amazing. I mean,
those were my favorite.
they were the best pictures I have ever had done, and they were so natural looking. And I've been putting them up on Facebook, and people are like, "Wow, you look so good!" And thank you. You made me look really good.
I appreciate
You made me look real and natural, and yet really pretty. So it was awesome.
Yeah, that's my goal. I try not to overdo anything. I want people to look like themselves.
Yeah, well, it was great. And Yulia also has been the official photography for our Choices magazine for years. She's done our covers, and they've always been stunning, absolutely stunning. And so I'd like to show those off to people because you do such great work.
Thank you.
But you do a couple of different types of photography. But first, do you do things like you did for me, publicity photos and stuff for other executives and people? Is that right?
Yes, headshots, fashion. I mean, really anything that people would need, from even like food and beverages to retail photos to real estate to product photography. And of course, I specialize in green screen special effects photography. So it's more like themed photos, cosplay, anything that's fantasy related. Those are kind of like the things people come to me for, because not everyone does that.
Yes, you're amazing though, how sometimes you can touch up things. I remember we had one of the girls that we photographed for my magazine had won an award, and she forgot to bring the trophy, and you just had her put her hand out, and then the next thing we knew, you had a picture with the trophy in her hand. So you just put another trophy in her hand. It was perfect.
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun. So it's okay to miss things. Sometimes people come without like proper outfits, and we'll just create everything. I'll create their gowns or whatever they're imagining for their shoot to look like.
Now, when did you start doing photography? I mean, you look so young.
Thank you. I wish I was that young.
It looks like you, and yet you seem like you've been doing it a long time.
I have. I've been doing it ever since I was living in California, over 18 years that I've been doing it. And then I moved here to Vegas, continued doing it. But I always jump around. I do different things. So I don't feel like that's the only thing I focus on.
I think creative people do that. If we're creative, we have a tendency to draw, to paint, to take photos, to maybe design jewelry, design flatware for the table. We have a tendency to do all those different things. Maybe we sew or we crochet, or we just have a tendency to do too much, actually, because we're creative and we can do it. So we do it all. Sometimes we should.
Easily inspired, and then I go, oh, I want to do this now. So.
Yeah. And your photography also, you do a fantasy photography, which I've never seen another photographer that does the kind of work that you do there. What is that about?
Yeah, it's just a lot of manipulation. So people can come with an idea of what they want to do or tell a story. A lot of authors can come for covers for fantasy stuff and fantasy work. I've done a cover for a fantasy artist, and it was more like a dragon set. So obviously, dragons aren't real. So we made a real Photoshop dragon. We did the girl, we did the dress, we did the whole story, and everything was photo manipulated and edited. So I'm really good at making it look realistic, but obviously we know, dragons are not real, but it's going to feel real. It's going to give you that energy, that the person wants from their photo shoot.
Yes. And I've seen some of these that you've done. You've made quite large copies of that people can buy and actually put these up in their home. They're really amazingly beautiful.
Yeah, I have some for sure that could be gallery prints. And I'm also always willing to put them in galleries. But again, that's a different venue for me. So I'm just so all over the place that I'm like, okay, that will happen next. That will happen next. But yeah, any of my pieces are available as gallery prints and purchases.
Yeah, because some of your work is just fabulous. I mean, your fantasy things are amazing. You make women look like princesses or mermaids or whatever they want to look like, and it looks like them, but it looks real. It's amazing.
Yeah, those are fun to do.
It almost makes me frustrated that I'm painting pictures that you can do and make them look even better
no.
just by photography. You know,
Painting
that's
is a different art. I wish I could paint like that.
it's
You paint
different.
wonderfully. So.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Now let's talk about your jewelry. I have a piece of your jewelry.
Yes. You do.
I love this. This is a ring that Yulia made, and it's a little bitty hummingbird with a flower, and it's so cool. I just love it. I wear it everywhere. So anyway, let's talk about your jewelry.
So yeah, that just kind of sparked out of nowhere too, an idea. And I've always been into jewelry, not just jewelry, but always been into energy. And with the energy, I was like, well, I'm going to create, crystal custom made bracelets, necklaces, just certain pieces that I feel like would resonate with people.
Mhm.
But I also want them to help people in their daily life. So I categorize them kind of like, well, this is for, happiness, for calm, for money. We all want something that makes us feel better.
So
in
there's
life.
particular stones that are right for those
Yes.
things,
Yes.
and then you incorporate that into the jewelry.
Yes, I do. And I make
Ah.
them all by hand. So it's a long process because I literally, clamp them and do everything like all the bracelets. The bracelets are the longest taking ones. And obviously the rings, I don't have them all custom made. A lot of them I seek out and I do purchase stones for them. So I do that differently because rings are a little harder to make, but necklaces, bracelets, even some purses, like I have some purses.
Really? Oh, that's amazing. I love it. Okay, but now let's go even further with this energy healing. And now recently you've gotten into writing books.
Yes.
And you've written 3 already. I mean,
have.
that's amazing
Mhm.
that you just, I remember when we talked about you were going to
It's an
write a
idea.
book, and boom, now you've got 3, and it hasn't been that long.
Mhm.
Now tell us about the books.
So the books are puzzle books. I decided to start with puzzle books because it seems like I can get more done faster than actually, writing a whole story. Because there's other ideas I want to do and maybe tell an actual story or a biography, but I figured what can get me there faster, open the gate for me. So the books are puzzle books, but they're not just puzzle books. There would be word searches with activities that would kind of benefit you in some form. So I have Rise and Reset, which is a better you. It's a 32-day journey that you would pretty much have a puzzle a day that would match the theme of that day, and then you would have an activity. So it might be like gestures, of goodwill. So there'd be things like, hey, say hello to a stranger, hold a door open, things like that. A whole 32-day process of what's going to make you a better person in the end, and word search puzzles that match each theme for that day. And then I have another version which is for losing weight.
I need it. Give it to
I
me.
think we all need it. And that one's Lose It With Love. And it's also word searches that have to do with, exercising. And there's little exercises for each day. And there's rest days and fun days. And you would pretty much have a 32-day journey to hopefully losing weight. And you track your weight. And there's nutrition help and guidelines for you too. So the goal is to lose at least, 5 to 10 pounds. It's all realistic stuff. It's not like you're going to, slim down 30, 40 pounds in a month. And then obviously the last one I'm almost done with it. It's Breathe and Renew. And that one's for stress and anxiety. So it's a lot of it is breathing exercises. It teaches you how to properly breathe. So in 32 days, you should be able to breathe better and be more, stress-free and more relaxed. And someone like me, I have anxiety like crazy. So I need to read all these books myself after.
They say we teach what we need to learn.
Right.
Now, I'm just curious, did you decide to write this type of a book based on the time that you spend with crazy people like me, photographing us and listening to what we have to say about stress and things? Or what caused you to decide, okay, I need to write these books to help people?
So honestly, I feel like a lot of it is me, like what I personally want. Like, being better is always good for anyone. Losing weight, I think everybody wants that in a way. And then, anxiety, stress is there in everyday life. Everybody needs a little bit of help. So I want to do books that help people, but also are still fun in a way. And it's not just a puzzle book. Like the goal is to pick it up every day and to do the puzzles and to, do the activities that comes with it. And the fun thing about the exercise one is the puzzle is your break time. So you'd be, doing your exercises. There's a schedule of like what you're doing. They're not very long, maybe 30 to 40 minutes a day, some or less when you first start. And then once the break time hits, you have a 5-minute puzzle break. So you interact. So the puzzle interacts with whatever the activity is.
That's
So
a
it kind of
great
makes
idea.
it fun.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I was listening to Joyce Meyer on TV this morning, and she was talking about people who are overweight, and she said they talk about how they don't have any self-discipline. She said the truth is that we all have the discipline, we all have the ability to do it, but she hears people say all the time, I can't just eat one potato chip. I'll eat, once I have one, I eat the whole bag, or once I have a cookie, I eat the whole box of cookies, sort of thing.
That's me.
And she really gave us quite a lecture on TV about the fact that you do have the self discipline, and what you need to do is start affirming that to yourself, so that if you want to eat just one potato chip, you'll eat one and let it go with that.
Right.
And I mean, I felt like she was speaking to me personally right then and there. So, I think that exercise is the same thing. I sometimes think, oh, it's just so big and so overwhelming. I can't do it, because I can't just go and do one or two exercises. It's not going to do me any good anyway. So I might as well do nothing. But you're saying that 30 minutes a day, I can do exercise and take breaks in that time, and still make something happen with my body. Is that right?
Yes, and a lot of it is also simpler stuff. So something like it says push-ups, you don't have to do push-ups, you can do it on the wall. There's always some kind of alternative. A lot of it is walking. So it's things that will help you lose weight doing not really, crazy activities. But I am going to do another book that's more focused on like seniors. Like my mother can't do certain things at her age. So I want to do more seated exercises or things that are more easier for older people to do. That way, you could just walk less or do things less, but still be active and still, focus on weight as well and being healthy.
That's a great idea. It's absolutely a great idea. Now, when you talk about breathe and renew, are you talking about meditation or what?
There's meditations in the book as well. Meditations, yoga positions. A lot of it is actual breathing exercises. So there's something that's a square pretty much, and you would be tracing the square, and it tells you for how long to inhale, to exhale, to hold the breath. So you just keep doing this square pattern of inhale, exhale, hold. And you keep doing that for a certain amount of time to teach yourself how to breathe properly. So there's a lot of activities where you're still engaging in some kind of activity, but also learning to breathe properly.
I love it.
Yeah, there's a lot. I've been trying to come up with different things that make sense with the puzzles too. And of course, the puzzles have words depending on like the breathing ones, or the meditation one will have like words from the meditation. There's one where you learn how to create your own safe space in your mind. So when you're stressing, like how can you go there quickly? What does it look like? So a lot of it is more like guidance. So in 32 days, hopefully you are a calmer version of yourself.
I like that. So what's your favorite thing to do? Is your favorite thing to do the photography, the fantasy photography, the jewelry, the books? What's your favorite, all-time favorite?
Right now, it's such a hard choice because I do honestly love doing all of it. But I think right now, in the moment, I am focused on the books. I've just had a lot of inspiration. Like that is my calling right now. Not that I'm going to stop anything else, but that is something that I want to do. I feel like I can make like a series of these helpful, fun books, and hopefully help somebody out there.
Is there a lot of research involved?
There is, because I want to be different. I kind of want to put stuff in there that doesn't exist in other books, and then also that you want to go back and maybe buy like another version of it, and have a collection of different methods of making yourself a better person.
Why did you put in the word puzzles?
I don't know, because I feel like honestly word puzzles are still out there. A lot of people are purchasing them. I see them everywhere I go into like little stores, and little even like restaurants will have them. So I'm like, there's people still buying word puzzles, and
they like doing them.
Yeah,
they
and
really do.
They're going to be very small. They're easy to put in your bag and carry with you. And again, I'm going to make bigger versions for seniors as well, because everything I'm making, I want it to be easy to access for older people.
Yeah,
because it needs to be bigger and everything.
Yeah. So if you have a word puzzle, again, that's something that people can do. Let's say they go to coffee shop, waiting on their friend to arrive. They could do a word puzzle while they're waiting. And the word puzzle has the words from the subject matter that you're talking about. So you're getting them to concentrate on that particular thing, right?
Correct.
So if I'm doing a word puzzle on breathing and renewing, that would keep me focused on that particular subject. Correct. Is that right?
And there's reflection weeks for everything that you do. So you reflect after you do a week, you reflect how you feel, if it's helping you, and your mood process. So hopefully by the end, you see that, okay, I actually made a lot of changes And this did help me.
Why 32?
I know, it's a weird number.
Are you channeling some of this?
I don't know. 32 did come to me. It's because I was like 30. I'm like, some days are not, 30 days. And I was like, I didn't want to put too little, too less. It's kind of like, let's just say there is 30 days and there's always one before, when you start and there's one when you end. So it's like the start, the center, and the end. So I don't know. 32 somehow made sense to me.
Yeah, I like it.
It's different.
It's an interesting number. Did you know that here in Vegas there's an organization called the 32 Club?
No.
Yeah,
I
and
should tell them about my books.
Yeah, we need to tell them about your books, right? There's a lot of ladies in there that might really need your books because they're all senior executives and kind of stressed out.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So, you like it all.
I do.
I just can't imagine you spending so much time on these other things. But I mean, I know you, and I know how you are, and I know how creative you are. But you're so good at your photography.
Thank you.
You are one of the best I have ever
Thank
worked
you.
with, and I've worked with photographers all over the world. And I just feel like people should go to you and get their pictures done. And so we need to let them know more about you, right?
I mean, that would be great. I'm here. I'm available. Available to
Yeah.
create.
Yeah, because you really are amazing.
Thank you.
I'm going to ask John to put that one picture of me that you did up on this when we get to that point of doing some editing, because I want people to see how really incredible your work is.
Thank you.
I put them up on Facebook and I get all these comments, well, surprisingly, it's the first time I've ever had somebody comment on my clothing, and I really like your blouse. I mean, I've never had anybody do that about a photograph before, and yet I've had several people do that this time.
Well, you looked really good in them. It was good photos.
They really were. They were the best, because you've done pictures of me before, and they've been good. They've always been good. We've used them for the covers of my book and for the magazine and everything, but these were just exceptional.
Thank you.
I think because they were so real. They were so authentic looking. Yeah.
I just think the more time that passes and the more I do something, the better it's going to.
Yeah. So if you work with the same person over and over, you feel like the photographs will get better as well.
Not just the same person. I think just in general, maybe just, practice makes perfect kind of thing. You just keep doing it, and I find different techniques, other ways of making it look better, feel better, more realistic.
Would you say that lighting plays a big part?
It does, but everything still is editing, because even the lighting sometimes is not real, depending, on the photos. Like you saw the table we had, nothing like it. And the background was more about, finding what works with, the books, how you were sitting. So there's a lot that goes into it, just kind of what makes you stand out, but what doesn't take away,
Yeah, I mean, I was totally blown away that you had me at this desk, but not only was I at the desk with my hands there, but there was a book open in front of me and a pen laying there on the book, right? And it looked like it belonged to me. And I was like, wow, this is amazing what she's done here. It's just absolutely amazing. Would you say you were an overnight success, or would you say that this 18 years has been a growth period?
I think it's been a growth period, because I started in California, and it was, honestly, I started way back in school. I've always interested into, doing creative stuff. I was supposed to be a 3D animator, but that didn't go that route. So I ended up jumping into web design, graphics. And then I dropped the web design a little bit, still do it, but you can't do everything, because there's so much you gotta, keep up with to be on the same, level that it is today. So I ended up keeping just graphics and photography, because they worked well together. Because I'm like, I can manipulate the photos with the graphics, and then use the graphics and the branding part of it with the photos, and vice versa. And so since California, I've been like focusing on just graphics and photography. And then, photography obviously is more fun for me when it is more creative. But again, I do everything like headshots and modeling photos and all that.
Yeah. Did you have to go to school to learn to be a photographer?
I did go to school, but not to learn it completely the way I learned it. Like what I learned myself.
Yeah.
The techniques, because they don't teach you that in school. I was always ahead of the class. I would be sitting around waiting. It was almost like I could learn this faster by myself. So unfortunately, I was always ahead.
Yeah, but you know what? I think when you're very creative, that happens. It just does, because I know in school, me as well as some of my friends, we were just bored. We were like, okay, this is boring. I want to experiment. I want to do something. I want to move forward. And now that I teach art in the university, it's one of the things I try not to do. I try not to sit up there in the front and lecture to people because I know they don't come there to hear me talk. They come there to learn to paint.
Yeah.
And so I try to get them into painting like right away. And so that probably happened with you. You were probably just kind of bored because people have techniques for how they teach things.
I would just do it too fast, and the teacher would just be like, "Oh, just play on your laptop for now." And for me, it was more like, "Why am I spending so much money on schooling and this just to come in and play on my laptop because I'm ahead?" And then, so a lot of classes I got skipped too, and it was just a lot of it I just ended up teaching myself too.
Yeah,
it's just easier.
Yeah. You're very, very good.
Thank you.
Now there's literally thousands of photographers out there in the world. Why do you think they need one more?
Right? Well, if they want something different, I say I'd be the choice for sure, because I do really want to tell a story with my photos. And even just doing simple things like, headshots, I still want to capture like that person's energy and that persona. Like, I don't want it to be an AI generated photo like AI is in now. And it's not the same. I made my own personal AI photos, but it's not you. It's not capturing your spirit, your aura. It's not capturing that. So I think having a real photo shoot still is more important than any AI, software that can create a picture of you, because you didn't have the experience. You didn't go there. You didn't pick your outfits. You didn't do your makeup. You didn't get dressed. You didn't, make a memory.
Yeah.
Anyone can just generate.
Well, what I've noticed about AI is the eyes don't seem to have the expression.
There's no soul.
Yeah, is that the term? There's no soul.
That's the way I see it. You're not capturing something real.
Because I think when you're taking pictures, you really do try to capture the soul, right?
I do. Well, even art, like drawing it, you're capturing the soul more than the AI is doing anything, because there's nothing there when AI generates something that is in the likeness of you. It's not the same.
Yeah.
And I have all these tools available, but I rarely use it. I mean, I do use AI for ideas and like a consultant. It's great for that. But art-wise, it's still not as, it doesn't capture the creativity that a person can on their own. Like, it can't paint what you paint. It's not going to be the same. It could mimic it, but it's not from your heart. It's not from your soul,
I noticed that there was one photographer I worked with in Vegas, and I won't say who it was, that he said that he could just do the AI photographs for me to send over a picture of myself, and he would create all these other pictures of me with this one photograph. And I did. And they were all distorted, and the hands were always really ugly. AI doesn't seem to know how to do hands. They were all old and wrinkled, and some hands had more fingers than belonged, and so on. Why is that?
AI is not that good at body proportions. In general, it's not that good at anything, really, if you think about it. Because personally, I don't know if you've used ChatGPT. If you use ChatGPT enough, like, it almost forgets what it needs to do. Like, you'll tell it what you want it to do, but it will do what it wants to do, because it's still learning. It's still a program. It's not like me talking to you and telling you, hey, can you paint an elephant? And then you go paint a lion. I'm going to be like,
yeah,
that's what AI does. So it's kind of what it does with the pictures. Like, you'll get it right maybe once out of the percentage, but then it can manipulate it, to capture that same image. The hands will always be different. It's not you. It's not you when you do that. That's why, like, knowing, like, that's not your hand, like, that does not make me want to have a photo. That doesn't capture, like, who I am, or maybe, like, the mole I have, or anything, whatever that makes that you, that should be there.
Yeah. I have a funny story about AI. Want to hear it?
Sure.
One of my art students was having a text argument with her boyfriend on her phone. And she decided to ask AI what it thought about it. So she put it in ChatGPT, and she said, what do you think about this? And ChatGPT said, get rid of the boyfriend. So
I've heard this happen many times, honestly.
So I guess it's there for some good advice.
It's good for therapy, actually. I mean, therapy is expensive, so I might as well use ChatGPT.
Yeah, because I do it myself. I give it interesting questions just to see what it'll say, and I get some very good answers back. Yeah, so I think for therapy it might be really good.
You can program it before you speak to it. You can program it to believe it's something it's not, and then talk to it.
Oh yeah.
So you could tell it, hey, you are, knowledgeable therapist of 20 years, like, and then stay in character, do not break character, and then talk to it.
Oh, I'm going to try that.
It's going to be different. It's gonna be different.
That'll be fun. See, I love being around you because you're so creative and you always come up with these unique and different ideas about even things that other people I know do things with, just like this thing here. Yeah, they have questions about what do you think about this, but I never thought to tell it to pretend it was someone else and then do it.
Make sure you tell it to stay in character.
Stay in character. Okay, I'm going to try.
It's going to try to break out of it and say, "Oh, I don't understand," or "I'm not a therapist." But if you tell it to stay in character, it's going to give you professional talk as a therapist.
Oh, I'm going to definitely try it. Then we'll have you back on and we'll read out, what we're doing. That's funny. That's funny. So, do you find it difficult to write these books now?
I don't know about difficult. I think it's just really coming up with the activity part of it to what I want to focus on. Like the breathing, I was like, well, I think breathing needs to be like meditation, yoga, So it's more like what is going to follow these puzzles. The words are kind of easy because there's dictionaries wide. You could always come up with words, and I go by themes. So that's not hard to do. Like the creators, mind space. I have words kind of like, oceanscape, forest, because it's like, where would you escape to? So it's easy. So the puzzle will be filled of words of where you could escape to. So every puzzle kind of matches the activity. So it's really coming up with the activity is more like the hard part. Because once I come up with the activity, then it's just making words.
Yeah.
And
I love that exercise. You were talking about breathing and you were talking about drawing the square, and breathing. Where do you come up with that kind of thing?
Well, I did research on, that's actually a military technique apparently that they do before they go out and they stress. They have like a visual they see and they do the breathing square. So I'm actually making that a visual part.
I love it.
So yeah, and hopefully it's just tracing it and it gets smaller and smaller. So, but as long as you keep doing the breathing exercise, you learn how to relax yourself and you distract yourself too. Relaxing and preventing panic attacks is really a distraction.
Wow. That would be good in art therapy. That's a great exercise.
And there's different shapes. So I have like a heart. So you'd be tracing the heart, you'd be tracing a square. So I have different shapes.
Oh, very, very
I can't wait to show you these books.
I know. I can't wait to see them in person.
I know.
That's going to be amazing.
That'd be great. Maybe come back with some books next time.
Yes. What else do you have planned in the series? Do you have other?
Yeah, there's other ones. There's going to be another one where it's going to be more just coloring with words. But I wanted to create you don't know what the picture is until you kind of color by numbers kind of thing with the words. So there's going to be some more like activity focused based ones. And of course, more like better versions of you books. I just kind of have to really come up with what the fourth series of that would be. Because I feel like those are the best ones. Weight, improving yourself. And then, obviously the anxiety and stress part.
Maybe something about money because everybody seems to have money problems.
Might be a good one.
Money issues. They're not sure how to manifest the money they need.
Yeah, maybe a manifestation book. So we can do that.
That sounds like it could be really cool. I like it.
I'll put you down in the book.
Oh, good. I'm going to be in the book. Is there anything that I haven't asked you that we should share about you? I mean, we know you're from California. We know you live here in Vegas now. We know you're a busy person, that you do all these different things. What else do people need to know about you?
What else? I don't know, really.
I mean, other than the fact that you're a really nice person and you're really fun. And now, do you shoot on location? Do you ever go out with people and shoot in different places?
I do. It just depends on the type of shoot. I've done wedding stuff, and it wasn't really for me because it's just such a stressful thing running around. It's also not just for one person. I would need a whole team of people to really get it done. Because I did a few, but every time I kind of do it on my own. And it's almost impossible to capture everything properly. But I mean, it depends.
You could just do the bride's picture.
Yeah, I don't do engagement photos or people want boudoir photos or couple stuff. That's different. Can definitely do that. There's also baby showers. There's restaurant family dinner things that I don't do too much just because some people get rowdy and.
Yeah, I don't see you doing that. You're such a creative. I don't see you doing those kinds of things. I mean, you probably could do them if you wanted to, but
I try to keep it in studio. It's just less stress.
Mhm.
But I'll go to places. I guess it depends what it is and who it is for. You know, since I kind of work on my own and being female, I get a little weird sometimes. If somebody wants me to meet them somewhere weird.
Yeah.
Because I've had some sketchy clientele.
Yeah. Yeah. There are some strange people out there. Mhm.
So
Oh,
you don't want to just go.
We
there.
won't talk about them, but there
Yeah,
are some strange people
exists,
out
so
there. Yeah,
Gotta be careful.
you got a great big dog, don't you?
Yeah, I did. He went back
Oh,
home.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like-
that last time I saw it, it was so pretty.
yeah.
Okay, I don't want to talk about your dog. I just want to say thank you for being here.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Because
Always.
you really are. You're one of the most creative people I know. You're fun to be around. Your work is
I appreciate
absolutely beautiful, and we're going to put a lot of it in the show so people can
appreciate it.
see it. Yeah, because you really are good. So thank you for being here
Thank
today.
you. If anybody wants photos, just visit.
Yeah, tell them. Look in this camera over here and just tell them how to get to you.
Yeah, anybody that wants any kind of branding, graphic design, photography, just visit ev36.com, and that's ev36.com. I'm also on Instagram. You could just search for ev36 photography, and I'll pop up. And then you can, be on the lookout for the books. They're going to be on Amazon. And as for the jewelry, that's going to be on Yuliya, so that's coming soon. There's a lot coming soon.
Is it yuligym.com?
Yeah, yuligems.com. There's nothing there right now because I was actually focusing more on doing this as actual farmers market type things. I want to do it in person, but I'm going to create at least a website for it, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Great.
Thank
Okay. Well, thank you for being
Thank
here.
you, Julie.
I appreciate it.
Always.
And thank you for being here with us today. We really appreciate it. And check Julia out, especially if you need any photographs, because I'm telling you, she is the best. And thank you for being with us, and we'll see you again next time.